Hello, hello. Welcome to a brand new edition of Derek Builds a Deck live on internet for citizenry. Today we have Emissary of Soulfire. This card is pretty sweet. An Azorius card from Modern Horizons 3. It's a 1/4 for 3, so right off to a great start. A stat line that I absolutely love. But this one does something a little bit unique. So when it enters, you get 3 energy. That's not that unique. We have energy stuff. It exists. But this card, you can pay 2 and put an exalted counter on something. Exalted counters did not exist prior to this card, and they may never exist again. But this card sure does make them, and it only costs 2 energy to do it. For those of you who don't know, Exalted is a keyword. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone by itself, it gets 1/1 until end of turn for each instance of Exalted amongst the permanents that you control. So with a deck like this, you can put an Exalted counter on like Emissary of Soulfire, so that when it attacks alone, it gets +1/+1. You can spread them out a bunch of creatures. You can stack them up on one creature. However many Exalted counters you have, that's how big your thing gets when it attacks by itself. So there's a lot of things that we can do with this card. It's a really great bridge between Proliferate and like Flicker spells. So we're obviously going to want some Flicker stuff because we need to generate a lot of energy, so we can use this ability a bajillion times and make our things enormous, because that's awesome. But I mean that's pretty obvious. But the way this interacts with Proliferate is really sweet. So obviously, if we just put one on Emissary of Soulfire, put a counter on it, and then we Proliferate, now it has 2 Exalted counters, because Exalted counters are counters that you can Proliferate. Very cool. But if we put one on Emissary of Soulfire, one on another creature, and then we Proliferate, we can add 1 here, 1 there, and now we have 4 Exalted counters. So it gets multiplicative the more you spread it out. So that's kind of what I think we want to be doing here, is just spreading them out amongst a bunch of different creatures, proliferating so that when we cast like Steady Progress, something like basic proliferation spell, we get like 4 Exalted counters. And there's some other energy stuff at common that gives us like utility stuff, a lot of obviously like good Flicker stuff, so we can keep rebuying them or reusing them for their triggers and stack up our energy. And proliferation also lets us proliferate our energy counters too. So it kind of dips into a lot of different areas, but this card is really sweet. It's kind of been in the back of my mind for a while. I find it really appealing, and the cards that it asks you to play are really, really fun and just like very functional, very basic. So you get a very consistent kind of experience, I think, with a card like this. So let's dive in. We have a white and a blue commander. We want common cards. Let's just look for ones that have the energy symbol in the box. Where's energy here? Energy. Not snow mana. It's like E. There you go. Energy counter. All right, let's see. So like all the creatures are going to be good because these we can flicker as well. Like if our commander gets removed, we can flicker these guys to get energy. So like Aether Super and Aether Inspector are great. They give us another outlet for our energy. Whenever they attack, you can pay 2 to make a 1/1 colorless servo. So we can kind of like, if we don't have access to our commander, we can use our energy still. So we're going to start with those guys. I haven't been typing very well today at work or at home, so bear with me for my usual misspellings of things. Oh, let's just get the lands out of the way now, by the way. This is going to be a 36 lander. 36. So let's just... Whoops. I'm going to add 16 of these. We're just going to go and even splits these here for now. And we can adjust it as we go. Cool, 36 lands. All right, and we're back. Aether Theorist, 2 mana gives us 3. We get Scry. Yeah, it's like a bad scrying starfish or whatever if you just like look at it from a 1/3 that scries perspective. But this enters and gives us 3 energy, which is pretty sweet. Good flicker target. Aether Theorist, and we're not gonna like play all the flicker spells, just like some of the better ones. There's a bunch of 2 mana ones that I don't think are very appealing, but we have a lot of leeway there. Consulate Turret is a way to consistently get energy and also just nug players for 2. That's pretty good on an artifact. Consulate Turret, Eddy Trail Hawk. These ones are not great. We'll come back to these. Glass Puller's Puzzle Knot is awesome. don't think we need all the energy. Like, there's a lot of energy cards, I think. 20. Yeah, that's pretty significant. Hexgold Slith. This creature can get aggressive. Hexgold Slith. And when it deals damage, what does it do? It gets bigger. We can get first strike on a turn. Yeah, an aggressive creature, I think, is... We'll play Eddie Trailhawk, too, actually, because Eddie Trailhawk can get our things through. This is a card that I like generally like, even if you're not playing any energy synergies. Just the fact that like you have a card that is able to attack twice, and each time it's able to give something else flying. Like, this effect exists on other creatures, but not really at 2 mana, like in this mana slot. So if you're trying to fill a curve with creatures that enable your more aggressive creatures, like this is a really good one to go for, I think. All right, High Tide Hermit. This thing is just it's a 4 energy ETB, and it's huge. Inspired Adventure, a new one from Modern Horizons 3, gives you can do a bunch of stuff with this card. It basically has Fabricate or get 3 energy. It was very good in Limited when I played the pre-release for that set. Jolted Awake, maybe not. I'll come back to that one. Reservoir Walker, absolutely. 3 energy, 3 life. Yeah, that's good. That is a good one. Brittle Gate Gargoyle, yeah. Brittle Gate Garg. And the great thing is that like we don't need a bajillion energy things to enable our game plan, because our commander gives us energy and gives us a way to expend it. So this is just icing on the cake. Like, these are cards we obviously want to like build up a pretty vast wellspring of energy. We can do it with this card by itself. It's a little more difficult, but it's just smoothed out by these. We don't need like 30 energy cards to like make our card good. It's a payoff and it's an enabler in the command zone. That's why like energy decks in the past have been kind of difficult, because you have to need to go like 3 or 5 colors. Just because the 2 color options are not great. There's a Simic card that you gain energy when it deals combat damage equal to the damage it deals, which is cool, but there's not a lot of great ways to spend it. And then there's like Whirler Virtuoso, the 2/3 is it creature that gives you energy when it enters, and then you can pay 3 to make a 1/1. This card, so going through the effort to make 3 energy and then get a 1/1 flyer is not that appealing to me. It seems like a lot of work for very little payoff. These Exalted counters can get absolutely out of control really fast, and it's a cheaper activation, so I think this card's like a little bit better. All right, Shipwrecked Moray, up another 4 energy creature, and it can pump itself. So like these cards can like, they can get in there. Well, it gets +2/-2, yeah, so we can get pretty big. Solstice Delta, this is another one that I really like for Modern Horizons 3. Pay energy to tap a creature. So it's a manaless like tap ability, which is good. Tempest Harvester is a looter. We want that one. We've got Thriving creatures. Yep, these are pretty good. If they attack, they can put counters on themselves. Thriving Turtle, I really enjoy. It's a 0/3 for 1. I like these cards, they're fine. Thriving Ibex, Thriving Turtle. And then we'll play 2 Narrative. This is a cantrip with a energy attached to it. Maybe we'll do Jolted Awake, I'm not sure, or Aether Spike. I don't really care about these cards that much. They're pretty low impact, and I like Jolted Awake in decks where we're like actually leaning into the graveyard stuff. This one doesn't do that. But we'll see. I mean, it gives us the ability to reanimate any of these creatures, which is fine. All right, let's go and get our Proliferate stuff out of the way too. That's gonna be like the other big chunk. And then we'll do Flicker stuff after that. So Proliferate, like the cheap spells are great. Guild Pack of Format, yeah, we'll just add all these guys. Contentious Plan, like the cantrips are obviously the best ones. I like these cards a lot. This one's a sorcery, but you know, whatever, who cares? Does what you need it to do. Experimental Augury is the best one. This is an Anticipate that also lets you just proliferate on the back end. Like, this card's pretty cracked for a common. But I'm glad we have it. I mean, we need more proliferate stuff at common as far as I'm concerned. Gataxian Anatomist, ETB. It's an ETB ability. If you have it enter tapped, you get to proliferate. So we're going to keep that one. Gataxian Anatomist. So you see how just kind of like all these cards just play very naturally into each other. It's really appealing to me. I like it a lot. Guild Pact Informant. This is just a second Throbbing Bird. When it deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, you get to proliferate. The Planeswalker part's not going to matter in a couple days here when Planeswalkers return to the vault from whence they came. Mesmerizing Dose is a nice little removal spell. It's an aura that taps a creature. It doesn't untap. Also lets it proliferate. We want that one. Basically, like cards that just double up and do multiple things. Mesmerizing Dose is pretty cool. Steady Progress and another cantrip. This one's an instant. It costs one more than Contentious Plan. Thrumming Bird, the OG. That gets everybody's hearts aflutter. Thrumming Bird. Combat damage, proliferate. Pretty simple. Really cool card. Does a lot of work. Unbound Potential. This is a great one because it either, this is a really great design. So on the front half, we can put counters on stuff. The back end is proliferate. So like it's really good with other proliferate stuff, obviously, because we can put counters on stuff to further proliferate, or we can proliferate if we don't need to do that, or we can entwine it if we want to do both. And when you entwine it, it goes in order. So you put counters on and then you proliferate. You resolve them in order of the abilities here. So we're going to play Unbound Potential. And Vivid Surge's Insight, yes. Draw 3. Don't mind if I do. Then Wanderer's Strike. This card is kind of on the edge for me. It's really expensive. It's just a removal spell for 5 mana. I'll probably let this one sit. If I don't have enough removal spells that I really like, maybe I'll put this one in. But I think we have enough of these things. These cards are not... They're just too expensive. Maybe Kior's Dambreaker is better here because, oftentimes with blue decks, like 1/1 counter stuff is not great. You don't have a lot of synergies unless you're going pretty heavily into other colors. It depends on how much we have to proliferate, but maybe we'll play both of these things. At least the Dambreaker. Martyr, or the Martyr, it's a death trigger, so it does have a fail case. Like, you can just not let it die, or not block it, not kill it, whatever, and you just have a 2/2, you have a Grizzly Bear. Granted, when it does die, you get a lot of value out of it in a deck like this. So maybe we'll come back to that if we need it, once we goldfish and get an idea for how much we're doing this stuff. All right. So for Flicker spells, I'm pretty sure we can just search for Exile Return as a text value here, and that should return all those. So I want the cantrips. This is why we're going 36 lands, so we have a little bit more to play with. Acrobatic Maneuver. These all cantrip. Acrobatic Maneuver, Blur, and Scroll Shift. So I like these ones. Then we got our 1-mana ones, which I like quite a bit too. Cloud Shift, Ephemerate, Essence Flux. Essence Flux, a new one. And Ephemerate, the best one. Alright. The 2-mana ones are whatever. They're all pretty interchangeable. Momentary Blink in an Azorius deck is great. I haven't built an Azorius deck in a hot minute, so Momentary Blink has not been on my radar lately, but it is the greatest that ever was. Oh yeah, Planar Incision gets a counter, so that's good. And we'll play Sky Skipper duo, and we'll play the creatures. Icewind Stalwart and the duo. Yeah, Sky Skipper duo, and we'll play Planar Incision. And I'm just trying to take the best ones here before we get into the nitty gritty. And then once we start testing it out a little bit, we can always kind of hone what we're doing. All right, so we got 20 creatures, a bunch of instants here. Not necessarily interaction, but some of it is. Misrank does, Condition Plan, okay. All right, so now what you might be wondering is we have all of these ways to get energy, and proliferate our energy, and flicker our energy getters, and we have a lot of ways to generate a lot of energy. And now we're going to dump it all into our exalt counters, whatever. We can make any of these things a singular threat if they attack alone, right? But what if we include some creatures that are just way more threatening than those? Or way better. Let's look at Lifelinkers, for example. Oh, hello. I'm going to at least want flyers, like evasive creatures. That's why Eddie Trailhawk is good. But Lifelinkers are great. Oh, not life. No card has plural Lifelinkers. Because... Oh, good lord, I'm such an idiot. Because it scales with our Exalted. We're just going to gain a bunch of life. lifelinky. I'm just really bad at spelling that. I don't need to explain myself. I told you I was bad at spelling. I'm over it. All right. Alabaster Mage is probably a good one. Just as a way to give things lifelink whenever we want. Alabaster Mage. All right. Anyway, like there's at least one flyer I can think of off the top of my head that has lifelink. That's kind of what we want. Let's see. Like sideways 1/1 counter synergies, like a lateral 1/1 counter synergies is pretty good. Like a card like Felidar Savior, Healer's Hawk. We want that one. Vertilgate Gargoyles, another good way to give creatures lifelink. There's an Angel, Seraph of the Dawn. Seraph of. There we go. Oh, Dawn. It's just Dawn, not the Dawn. Great. Skycrier. This one also draws us cards, which is cool. Sunblade Angel. Jesus. You know, let's play Sunblade Angel. I think with this deck, what's we're looking at here? So we've got a lot of stuff all along the curve. We probably want a handful of mana rocks, honestly, because I think this deck wants to do a bunch of stuff. What are some? Yeah, this card's pretty sick with Exalted counters. So we got some flyers, lifelink. We can put in. Oh, I know exactly what we want to play. Watch this. Bladed Agent. When you just gotta get them, we're gonna infect them to death here. That's pretty cool. Just the one. We'll just play just the one. A cheeky little getcha, you know. So we've got all these cards. So it might be like, we don't have to go like too far into those. Just like a little touch into some good threats is pretty good. We don't have to go like too heavy. Let's look at some other flying creatures. That might be just decent. Let's sort by mana value here. Sort of like mid, like 3s and 4s. Like cards that are in the range where they're going to be decently effective. Oh, we'll also get all these Exalted cards actually. But let's see. Keeping it going here. To a mana value where things are a little more threatening, a little more robust. Okay. Are there any cards here? Vigilance is obviously good, but like I don't really care about that. Play like silly things like Inspiring Overseer. We don't have a card draw in this deck yet. Sky Knight's sick. Just something that's nice and aggressive. Oh, here we go. We can do Dancing Ace, Billy something Rider, Kithkin Billy Rider, and Sky Hunter, Skirmisher, some double strikers. That's pretty cool. And then we can top it off with like a Phase Dolphin and Mist River Turtle. These cards, when they attack, they give other things unblockable. It's kind of like any Trailhawk in the sense that like you just attack alongside. Well, I guess they have to attack with your thing, so it kind of negates the thing. Never mind. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of healer at the Eddie Trailhawk. I played myself. And the Phase Dolphin. So we'll just have to play spells that do that instead, which is fine. I'd like more creatures. Let's play like Silver Mirror. Actually, yeah, just things that can like hold exalted counters. Gold Mirror, Bronze Walrus, Ornithopter. This way we can also ramp. It's a good example of why like some decks like prefer creature ramp to other forms, because this deck wants to have a lot of creatures to put a lot of counters on them. Those are all the 2 mana, and let's see. Okay, I think that's all the flying or like threatening creatures that I really care to include. Don't know if there's anything else here. Yeah, it's kind of boring. Bow Ring. We'll play Blessed Hippogriff, I guess. Oh, it doesn't really matter. It's just a protection spell. It's one of those things that has to attack with something. So it kind of gets ruins our whole plan. Oh, this is going to Combat Professor. Combat Professor is a card that I think is really powerful. Unless you're playing like a super competitive game or whatever, like it is really good. 4 mana, 2/3. At the beginning of combat, it gives any creature you control +1/+0 vigilance. So it on its own, like the floor on this card is it's a 4 mana, 3/3 flying vigilance, which is like good. It's better than Phantom Monster, which is kind of where you want to be. Or we can give it to other things. So that's sick. Let's see. Don't care about these. Don't care about these. That is Cersei. Yeah, all these cards are cool, but I don't really need them here. Don't need them here. Seraph of the Dawn. This card's a lot better than it looks. Like honestly, just an honorary creature with 2 good keywords it's not bad. You can do a lot worse. Yeah, don't care. Vulpikeet's pretty good. I don't think I'm playing with a lot of humans. Dwarf, Vedalken, like a couple, but not a lot. Mutate's pretty decent. What do I have? 87 cards. So we gotta get like some interaction in here. So I'm probably gonna call the search off in a few minutes. Don't think we're gonna hit, I do like me a Muldrifter. Let's play Muldrifter because we got the flicker stuff, so Muldrifter's good. 34 creatures might just be where we draw the line. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm not playing any more infect things. Just playing the cheeky one. We just want to get them, just for funsies. Or you can just not cast it. It's up to you. Okay, so we're done here. Let's, we've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flicker spells. What are the other ones? Maybe I want to add in one more. But let's get some removal first. We'll do like the good stuff. Imprison of the Moon is the best. And Insignificance. Insignif. That's the one. Just, you know, making their creatures bad. Putting auras on them to make them... update this website real quick. You know, turn it into a land here or to make it a one with no abilities. These cards are just very, very good. There's really good baseline stuff. We're going to play Thraben Charm. We're going to play... oh, there's one in... shoot, I don't remember. Alright, let's look at some instants here. Plenty of time. We're just going to go through it and see what we want to be doing. Obviously, we like the most powerful interactive spells, and Utter Significance, Imprison the Moon, and Thraben Charm are three of the best. Probably the three best. But let's see what else we can come up with here as far as stuff we can interact with. We'll probably want to play a couple counter spells just to protect our stuff mostly. So we want to Dispel, Negate, Arcane Denial. We Refute. Yeah, draw a card, discard. I like this card. Counterspell is kind of boring. I don't want to play it. Simple as that. Not going to put it in here. Feel free to take the list and put it in yourself if you like Counterspell that much, but just kind of boring. What is this guy? He's a monk. So the wizard spells are not going to be that great. Like Chilling Trap, the Clutch Shift. It's not. I don't want to just like make my deck so full of just like all protection and counter spells and stuff like that. That's boring. It's important for people to be able to interact with your stuff. It makes games better if like you actually have to recast your command every once in a while, or like rebuild your board state, whatever case may be. Let me draw 1-mana spells. Yeah. We'll definitely play Secrets of the Golden City because we will ascend very quickly. We could play Unsummons. The thing is, like, these cards are always good, like Unsummon, Vapor Snag, String of Disappearances, Forest Dismissal, Word of Undoing. These cards are good, but they're better if we are playing like a super aggressive deck, and this is one that like kind of takes time to get rolling. If you're playing like a super forward tempo deck, like these deck cards are a lot better. I don't know if I like them as much here. We'll definitely play like some bounce spells. 1 or 2 possibly. Like the classics like Blink of an Eye and Into the Royal. These are just like the gold standard as far as I'm concerned. As far as like bounce spells, they bounce a permanent, non-land permanent, which is what you want, and you can kick it for extra mana to draw an extra card. It's kind of the total package. I am a big fan of those cards. Good Dawn Charm. I like that. I do love me a Dawn Charm. This card's just a classic. Echoing Truth. I don't want to like overload on these effects. We'll just forego Echoing Truth here. Geist Wave. Geist Wave is a cool card, but not here. I do like bouncing my own stuff, but it's not really what we're about. We're not really doing like a ton of like this Hop and Sting stuff. Obviously, Thraben Charm kind of plays on the similar dynamic, but it's just way better. It's twice the creatures you control and damage, so like even if we have 2 creatures, it deals 4, which is very good. It's a lot of damage. We could do... Oh boy. I don't want to do transmute stuff. Like, I'm not trying to build the most well-oiled machine. I'm trying to build something that's sick and it's awesome. It's kind of like a fine line to ride is, you know, talk yourself out of playing all the staples. Obviously, like, some amount of really powerful cards are good to, like, set a baseline for what you're trying to do and actually, like, support your deck, but you don't need to put, like, the max amount of best possible spells in your deck. It just gets boring. Now a ton of other stuff that I'm really interested in. Maybe like something like Swift Response, that's good. I mean, I know something that this card is good. I just don't know if I want to put it in this deck. Maybe. 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 The thing about these flicker spells also is that they also like serve as protection spells. So if someone tries to, you know, kill your creature, you can flicker them. You lose counters and stuff obviously when you do it, but it saves your guy, which is oftentimes the most important part of it. Ooh. I do like Blinding Beam. Have any of you ever like played Limited with this card? It sucks to get Blinding Beamed. I'm gonna play Blinding Beam. Blinding Beam is awesome. Since we're doing like some proliferate stuff, we could also do like for stun counter things, but I don't know if I care that much. We're gonna play Cut Short. That's a good one too. Cut Short. Okay, that might be enough. Oh, we're at 100 already. Okay, so we'll play Cut Short. We'll cut. Yeah, we'll just cut the Cut Short. I don't care. We're fine. What do we got? We got Blink of an Eye in terms of like dealing with onboard stuff. We got Blink of an Eye. We got Into the Royal. We got Raven Charm. We got Imprisonment. We got our. Oh, we'll pick Cut Short. I honestly think I need another interactive spell. And then we'll cut. Maybe the Dam Breaker. Maybe this big 6 mana Sunblade Angel. Yeah, I'll cut that. I honestly don't think we'll need it, if I'm being, you know, to be completely honest with you. Okay, so this is 100 cards. Let's get some lands here. And then we'll take it out for a spin. Glacial, Floodplain, Beachfront, idyllic Beachfront. Let's look up other lands. Play Crypt Swap too. Yeah, there's just a lot of removal spells here. I don't care about, you know, ciphering through. It's not the important part of the deck. Obviously, like, we need it to function in an actual game, but when you're brewing, it's kind of like the least appealing part of the process to me. So a lot of them are interchangeable. I just pick the ones that I like the best in most cases. That's really all there is to it. What's I gonna do? Oh, land. There's a couple good duels here. Oh shit! You know what I was gonna do is also the exalted creature. So we're gonna add actually. We're gonna have to fiddle around a little bit after I finish with lands. We're gonna play gates because the only thing cooler than making your thing huge from these things is making your thing huge from a basilisk gate. So Azorius Skill Gate, Basilisk Gate. And Citadel Gate. This is a deck that's not like looking to play super hard on curve. We're not like trying to play like turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. It's not like super crucial to plan, so we can play a lot of tap lands. If you're familiar with a lot of my other decks, the ones that I play in my personal collection, I require green mana open on turn 1 100% of the time, so I don't really play a lot of those in those decks, but in a deck like this, we can do it. I don't really need a lot of cycling lands. Don't really care about that. Heapgate, no thanks. Where's the other one? There's a blue one. Where is that? Where is it? Seagate, there it is. We want the Seagate, I want Skybridge Towers. This card's good. I mean, we have like the spheres from New Phyrexia, or rather Phyrexia All-1, that do this for much reduced cost, but this is a dual land, so we want it. And then we'll play... Don't need a ton of duels. We'll play Opal Palace and Study Hall. Alright, now we got 46. So we're gonna cut, let's see, what's my balance like? Oh, pretty close. So we're gonna cut 10 lands, so we cut 6 plains, 4 islands. One. Oh. Alright, 56, 61. Yeah, this is fine. Let's get all things with Exalted in here too. I have to do that. And we're gonna cut some other stuff. Alright, because I meant to do that and I forgot. I got too carried away. We're gonna cut some removal spells. Alright. Krasen Squire. Avon Squire. Aethercast Knight, Frontline Sage. Guardians of Akrosa. These ones kind of suck. We'll play Sidecast Sorcerer. Okay, that's probably fine. I don't think we need the other bad ones like the 4-mana 2/2. I don't think we need the 0/4 Defender. But these ones are all pretty efficient. And this one we can use to loot. So yeah, that seems fine. We just have to cut 5 cards, so it seems easy. Seems easy. Let's see what we got in here. Cut the Fencing Ace, because it doesn't fly. We'll cut the Kithkin Billy Rider. We'll keep the other one because it's a flyer, the Sky Hunter. Probably cut, I like Sky Crier a lot. We'll cut the Healer's Hawk. It's just, you know, who cares? And you know, we'll cut the Akrosan Squire too, because this card is just a 1/1 for 1, and it dies to everything. At least the other one, Sighted Cast Sorcerer, at least that one we can give Shroud. And so I like that one. Yeah, we don't need all these things, just like the ones that are cool, the coolest ones. That's good enough for me. Just have to cut 1 card. Let's cut. Well, oh, yeah, this is where it gets kind of tough. Because I like all these cards. It's like, you know, I like all the cards that I put in these decks. Maybe Hexgold Slip. This card's kind of dopey. Card's kind of dopey. Alright, we still got tons of energy stuff. We should be fine. Let's play test it here. We got this hand, got 3 lands, got some energy stuff, proliferate stuff. This is good. Okay, we'll keep this. Draw. Island. Look. Fair magic. Very fair. Yeah, we're going to play this Gold Mirror. We're just going to get this stuff out here and get that going. Turn 3. So we've got a couple things we can do. I think it's good to deploy this thing, honestly, because that way next turn we can play this, attack with this, and immediately get some counters, which is pretty sick. Alright, so we're not drawing a land, which sucks, but we can cast this, and Energy Reserve. We'll add a counter. We have 3. We'll go to 1. We'll put an Exalted counter on this. This way, like, we're making this an attractive target, so if they kill it, we get to redeploy it, get more energy. You can kind of like mess around with your targets like that to make it harder on your opponents to kind of parse what's a threat. Because there's kind of like, there's a little bit of dissonance in terms of like, you know, it's an attractive threat, it's an attractive target for removal. However, you do get to reuse this ability and get 3 more energy. So now when we attack with this, we get it gets a +1/+1 from this. So we're attacking for 2, deals damage. We get to proliferate here. Now we have 2 more, and then post combat, we can put a counter on this. Whoops, hello. We're gonna remove a counter. Next turn. So we also, yeah, like we're making these things way more attractive to kill than our guild pact form, which is actually a much better target. So now we can do. So we have 0 energy right now. So we need energy. So let's do this. We'll cast the Gargoyle, which gives us 3 energy. Then we'll pay 2. And we'll put an Exalted counter on the Gargoyle. Then we'll attack. It gets +1, +2, +3, +4. It gets +4, +4. So now we're attacking for 5. And then we'll damage. And we put a counter here, put a counter here, put a counter here, put a counter here. And now, and we can leave up a negate, we can leave up blink of an eye. And then next turn, watch this. Not only do we have always like really good other creatures that we can cast, but we also can just pay 4 and cast Anatomist, enter tapped, and proliferate, counter, 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 counter. So now we attack for like 10, 7, 10, attack for 11 on turn 6. So we've done what, like 2, 5, like 18 damage with this thing. And we also have 3 energy, so we can give this lifelink if we want with our Gargoyle. So that seems pretty good. Let's try it again here. Alright, 2 lands. We might add in another land, even though we do have like some ram stuff. Okay, this is pretty good actually. So draw for turn. I'm gonna play Plains. Next turn. This kind of sucks. Wish I had that last turn. Yeah, we'll just get this online, I think. Because our turns are thrown off right now. We're going to have to play this next turn, then we can play Thorming Bird, and then we can play Soulfire. Yeah, okay. So, we're going to do that. I'm going to play Thorming Bird. I'm going to attack for 2. Untap a land is perfect. And then here, we just cast our commander. Make our energy reserve. Add 3 counters. We'll remove 2 and put a counter on this. Yeah, I mean, kind of spoiled in that both these hands that we've tried, we've gotten the Thorming Bird and the Guild Pact format. But I think it's important just to see how powerful these cards can be. So go to combat. It gets exalted here. It gets exalted here. So we attack for 3, and then we get to proliferate this, proliferate that. I'm going to actually spend the energy to put a counter on this. Because I can flicker. Oh, I'm not going to want to flicker that actually, because I have counters on it. That's fine. I'm going to keep those 2 counters. Okay, next turn. Because we can do other things. We don't really need this right now. Okay. So let's just cast a Steady Progress. So we're going to proliferate here, here, draw a card. That's pretty good. So we've got this. We've got 3. So let's put a counter on here. Attack, deal damage, proliferate, proliferate, proliferate. And we're attacking for 5 this turn. And we have enough mana to blink of an eye, like take something out. Not bad. Okay, that's pretty good because we do need more ways to get more energy. So we're going to start with the Frontline Sage. Another creature. Has exalted. Cool stuff. We've got 2 energy remaining. Let's play the Puzzle Knot. Gets us 2 more, and we scry 2. This is good, and this we'll put on the bottom. And we'll keep that one on top. Now what we'll do is we'll go to combat. Oh no, before we go to combat, we'll put a counter on this. Then we'll go to combat. So this goes down to 2. 1, 2, we got 1, 5, 7. So we attack for 8 here. And then we proliferate. Yeah, you see how powerful this is when we can spread out the counters? It's just like out of control. And now yeah, I've got some interaction. We can sacrifice this to get more energy and scry 2 more. Oh, Alabaster Mage just makes it that much better. All right, let's try one more. I don't like that one. It's easier to do it from this screen. So we're gonna deal in our hand. We're just gonna click this a bunch of times, and then we're just gonna see where it lands. This, yeah, we keep that one. Got 3 lands, spells, interaction, things we can cast. It's good enough for me. And we'll draw for turn. Okay, that's pretty good. So we'll play Seagate tapped, choose white, so it's a dual land. Next turn. And like the goal with these cards is like the gate stuff. It's just like, you know, these dual lands help us because we're a 2-color deck. We don't need to draw into Basilisk Gate. It's just a cool thing that we can do if we draw it. We'll play land. We'll play the Gargoyle. Let's get some energy going here. All right, 3 energy, next turn. Beautiful, a land. So now what we can do, because if we play this, I mean, I guess we're just gonna cast this anyway, so I'd rather play like the actual land. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, so I have 6. We'll remove a counter, put a counter on this, and then we'll attack for 3. Next turn, we'll play the Study Hall because now we can just filter mana in there and play Skyhunter Skirmisher. And then we can put another counter on here. I'm not adding counters to Soulfire because I want to be able to flicker it. I'm going to try that tactic. And we're not proliferating every turn right now, so there's no reason for me to like stack everything up around here. So we're just going to attack for 4. Next turn, play that. Let's get the Harvester out here. We'll get 2 more energy. We'll play Avon Squire. And now we'll remove 2 counters, and we'll put a counter on this. So now we'll attack with Skyhunter Skirmisher alone. So it gets +3/+3, so it's a 4/4. Plus this Exalted 5/5. Double strike. That's pretty decent. Oh, and the hits just keep on coming. So now we can do a couple things. We can play like the Muldrifter, or we can play Aether Swooper. We can evoke Muldrifter and play Aether Swooper, or we can just cast the Muldrifter. Let's draw a couple cards. A 5/5 Double Striker is nothing to sneeze at. That's good enough. I don't need to like dump a bunch of shit in here. Draw 2. Moray is good. Played our land this turn. Yeah, we'll just do this again. Getcha. We'll hold on to that 2 energy, because we can do other stuff. 4, I've got 6, so I don't really need to play an untapped land. We'll just play the tapped land, and then we'll go 2. Laser Super, we'll go up now we can have enough to do that, and we'll get 4 more. And now we'll just start spreading some stuff out. So we'll put 1 here, and we'll put 1 here. No. Here. No, I'll put 1 here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll type for 7, type for 14. And then we can remove 2 counters to give it lifelink, boost our life total. We still got this removal spell. Oh, this card is gonna... Okay, here we go. This is the big one. Turn 8. This is where we killed somebody. This is where we killed the last player. We've killed everybody else at this point because their deck is so sick. We're going to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I haven't drawn a single basic plane since our game. Play Surgeon's Insight. Boom. Here we go. You ready for this? Let's proliferate this, 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 and this. We'll draw 3 cards. We'll play Thriving Turtle. Get 2 more of those. Now I've got counter spells. And we'll remove 2 counters to put 1 on this guy. And I'll go combat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Attack for 12. We'll remove 2. Give it double strike. Or give it lifelink. Sick. Alright. Got 10 minutes. Let's go through and just adjust some printings here. I need the visual spoiler. Sort by mana value. Okay. So these ones don't have any other printings. Oh, Alabaster Mage. This one has a common printing in Double Masters. These ones are good. Either Cast Knight. Oh, no, we're not adding another Either Cast Knight. I know everyone wants me to, but I will not do it. Alara Reborn. Thank you very much. I don't like these Mirrodin Besieged or Scars of Mirrodin ones. We're going to use the original Ted Walker mirrors. Ornithopter of Paradise. Well, I like this one. The Foundations Jumpstart one is pretty cool. Yeah, we'll do that one. Look at that. Look at that guy. Sidecast Wisher, Silver Mirror. This is a list printing. We do not want the list printing. These ones are mostly good. Skyner Skirmisher, not the list, please. Yeah, these look okay. Thrumming Bird, no thanks. Modern Masters, the original common printing. We are true paupers and we play with our commons here. Combat Professor Strixhaven, please. Seraph of the Dawn. Okay, seems mostly on the up and up. Cures Dambreaker. Well, you didn't get to draw Cures Dambreakers, but you know what? I'll play a 5/6 that proliferates. You see how powerful that proliferating is. Where's my Lorwyn? Where is it? There it is. Get some good card draw. So your Golden City doesn't really synergize with anything, but it's just like a really powerful draw spell. 3 mana, draw 3. That's what we're looking for. Just like some raw card draws. You know, something that's good in a deck like this. Arcane Denial. Let's get the Commander Legends one, probably. Oh no, Commander 2013. I like this one. He's shooting goop. Oh no, he's protecting himself from the goop. That's why we like it. Alright, Blink of an Eye, Dominaria. What is it with all these list printings? Get out of here. I do not want... Oh, we could do a fancy one. Look at this one. Let's do that fancy one, the prize pack one. Into the Royal, the best art is the one from the original Zendikar. Momentary Blink, we want the original Time Spiral one. Negate, no thanks. My favorite negate, oh, we could do the textless one. I do have a textless one, and I kind of want to do that. Negate, oh, Magic Online promo code. There we go, player rewards. We're bumping up the average price of the deck. Unfortunately, but sometimes we just have to play the textless negate, you know, and we don't have much of a choice. Yeah, you saw, like, the thing that's great about a deck like this where we want to play into Exalted is that Cut Short is really easy to enable with the Convoke, because we're only attacking with the creature turn, so like our creatures are untapped. Maybe we should play Meeting of Minds instead of this, for that reason. Because convoking stuff is awesome. Okay. Yeah, just 4 mana Convoke, draw 2. This card's good. It's an instant. So we'll play that one. Steady Progress has a version from Scars. Blinding Beam. We'll use the Mirrodin Blinding Beam. Kind of like a random interactive spell of choice. This card's a blowout. You don't see it much anymore. Not a lot of people play it, but it probably should because it's really, really good. Alright, we'll change some of these a little bit. Let's get the originals. Return to Ravnica. Basilisk Gate. Ugh, Doctor Who Command Tower. Let's do... Oh, the Aether Drift ones are really cool. They're really cool. I might have to use one of those. Yeah, the Aether, we'll do the Energy Aether Drift one. It's a little on theme with the energy cards, so we'll do the Avishkar Command Tower here. Got these, got those Skybridge Towers. I don't want the Deco one. We'll just use the normal one. And the Opal Palace, we obviously would only use the blue palette Commander Masters one. All right, Plains. You know what's a really so Soulfire Emissary is not an Avishkari creature. This is a Tarkir card. But I do really like the Kaladesh planes. And I think it would, oh, hello. I think it would be a nice aesthetic. Ooh, I like this one. Look at this guy. Or this cloud guy. Let's do this one. I like this one. It's got the cliffs. It's got the clouds. That's pretty sick. And then we'll go over here. And we'll... Kaladesh. And the Kaladesh Islands are really, really good, too. So let's see. I like this one. Johannes Voss, a master. John Avon on this one. Yeah, like look at the colors and the shapes. Very energy-ish, if I do say so myself. All right, we got a couple minutes left. We're going for one last spin. Whoops, wrong button. Yes, go back. One last spin. Deal another hand. Click, 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 click. Click, click, click. I just want more than 2 lines. Okay, there we go. Draw. That's escape. Sick. All right. Island. Great. We got a guy there. 2 mana. We can't play our white creature because we don't have any planes, but that's okay. And then this turn we can play our gate, and then we can cast our Bronze Walrus and scry 2. Boop, boop. Yeah, we'll keep both of these on top. Draw that one. All right, next turn. Oh, well, let's burning out the stream side. Okay, anyway. Now what we can do is we can filter into this, cast the Emissary, enter the counter. And now we have 3 energy. Trying to go through as fast as I can. I'm going to run out of time. Next turn, we play our Seagate, tap, choose white. We tap this, cast this. Put a counter on this. Go to 1. That doesn't matter. Attack. Oh, I played that this turn. Okay. Next turn, we attack. We proliferate this. Well, before that, we play this. We get 2 counters. So we've got 3. We go down to 1. Put a counter on this again. No. Put 1 on this. Attack. Proliferate 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, I already factored that in. So we're at 2 again. Yeah. Okay. It works. It still works. And then we have this flicker spell, so we can go boo. It enters with a counter again. We get 3 more. Do 3. And next turn, we can sacrifice this, get 2 more. And now we can just put a bunch of counters on stuff. We can play 1, 2. You can play, well, like, okay, Skycrier. Put a bunch of counters, proliferate a bunch of things. Yeah, and then we got great stuff. Interaction, ephemerate, so we can get more energy. Yeah, this deck slaps. This is pretty great. Okay, well, let's pack it in there. We're coming up on time here, 7:58. So I am very happy where we ended up with this. As a reminder, you know, you can always check the whatchamacallit, bookmarks. It's all bookmarked on my Mox Field. Take the deck, do what you want with it, add, subtract, play it. It's a cool commander. Obviously, as we've learned tonight, you can do a lot of really cool things with it. And, you know, I'll be back next week, 7 o'clock, to run it back and do yet another deck build. Reminder, everybody, more crazy nonsense coming down the pipe, impacting the lives of trans people in an immensely negative way, even more than we had last week. So, I'll reiterate what I said last week. If you are able to financially contribute to organizations that help trans people, do that. Like material help is really, really powerful. I've linked Trevor Project and Trans Lifeline in the description for the video, so go there. If there's any other local organizations that you'd rather donate to, do that. If there are people that you can give assistance to directly, do that. And then that's all for me. So I'm going to sign off here. Thanks all for joining me, and I'll see you next week for another beautiful Pauper Commander deck build. Have a wonderful day, evening, week, morning, whatever time it is. We'll see you next time.